Welcome to Film Fanatics. I'm Adam Mast. Today, Bruce, we're talking about a little film called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
I like the title.
Two people out there that don't know, this is a Harry Potter spin-off, and man, it's almost like Harry Potter done by Marvel Studios.
Yeah, I wondered if maybe there was some collusion between Stan Lee and J.K. Rowling.
This film actually takes place in the U.S. as opposed to the U.K., which gives it an entirely different flavor.
Pre-Depression era New York City.
1920s New York.
Right.
And magic is all around, and of course, normal people like us have no idea that it's there. Muggles, exactly. And Eddie Redmayne, who won an Oscar for The Danish Girl, plays Newt, and he's a wizard who's coming into New York City because he's got some business to take care of.
And he has something very special in his briefcase.
Right, and that briefcase, man, it fits a lot of stuff.
Right.
So,
with that background, Adam, this is an interesting film. It'll be interesting to see how well it does. I have to say, I didn't hate the movie. I don't know that I adore the movie.
somewhere in between?
Well, it's one of those movies that takes some chances, and it's definitely deeper and darker than any of the Harry Potter franchises, although I will say it does resemble some of the last few franchises, which makes sense since David Yates directed the last 4 Harry Potter installments.
Yeah, it's definitely got some dark stuff in there.
And I'm not sure it's perfect for kids either, because it's not only dark, but it's very complicated plot. There's some political and social subtexts here that are kind of
probably
interesting.
too much going on.
I agree with you.
Convoluted sounds like a dirty word, but it does tend to get a little convoluted. But you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I actually like this movie more than Doctor Strange.
Right.
I think it has more heart. I think it has more structure. Not that I hated Doctor Strange, but obviously there's a correlation there. They're both about magic and parallel planes and all that good stuff.
We saw it in 3D, and I can't recommend the visuals enough.
I think we both are in agreement with Eddie Redmayne. I like Eddie Redmayne, but
he's the least interesting character.
He really is, especially
Dan Fogler plays his friend
great.
Jacob, who's an aspiring baker, and there's some other people in that and one particular cameo we won't reveal here.
Right.
But as I've said with Eddie Redmayne, he feels kind of affected, his performance, and he's not really that charismatic.
No, he's just kind of humdrum.
Interesting. And we know there's going to be a few more installments, right?
Yes. And he's completely upstaged by Catherine Waterston,
Absolutely.
who's fantastic, and Dan Fogler. There's a lot of great performances in this. Colin Farrell's really good.
Yes.
We've got John Voight pops up in there.
Yes.
Ezra Miller, soon to be The Flash.
Right.
He's terrific in it. Samantha Morton from Minority Report. Some really great performances in the movie.
And just when the movie kind of gets a little too complicated for its own good, some interesting visual, and there's more. It's in the title, Fantastic Beasts.
Yes,
that's accurate.
The art direction in the movie it's very tactile. It feels more like you can reach in and grab it than Doctor Strange does.
Yeah,
in terms of the art direction. I do think that Harry Potter fans are really going to embrace this movie.
Right.
It's going to be huge.
I think it'll do a good opening weekend, but it'll be really interesting to see if word of mouth will carry it over a very busy Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, not a perfect movie, but I definitely say see it in the theater.
And definitely see it in the theater if for no other reason the visuals are outstanding.
Right. All right, so moving on, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them
kicks off Thanksgiving.
A rushed holiday movie season. It starts now, Bruce.
Yes, and what we're going to do right now is
we're going to pick the 20 movies.
No, not 20, just 3. Just 3. It's a short show, Adam.
Okay.
Short. We're running out of time already.
All right.
So I'm going to give you my 3 films that I'm looking forward to this holiday season. And guess what? They're all in December, interestingly enough. Number 3 is Collateral Beauty, which is a film starring Will Smith and maybe one of the most interesting and powerful casts of any film this whole year,
very
including
Frank Capra looking.
Helen Mirren, Edward Norton, just to mention a few. And I would call it kind of a fantasy drama, right?
Yeah,
and if you've seen the trailer, you know something tragic happens to Will Smith, and he makes contact with some very interesting people from another dimension, possibly.
It looks sweet. I'm a sucker for those movies. I agree. I kind of want to see it.
Okay, and my next film, Adam, is a film that comes out December 21st. It's called Passengers, and if you've seen the trailer, you know that it's 2 astronauts, beautiful, attractive astronauts.
We're talking Sheldon Demke attractive.
Up in space, and there's pods, their sleep pods, open 90 years early, so they got a problem.
That sucks.
And so it looks like an interesting science fiction
from the
film.
director of Imitation Game. Looks fantastic.
Which was great.
Visual marvel.
So I'm interested in that. And then my number 1 film I'm looking forward to, Adam, this is no surprise. December 15th is a date many of us have had on our calendar for a year and a half. Rogue One, the first offshoot of the Star Star Wars franchise.
I know 10 years ago, we didn't think we were going to get any more Star Wars movies, and now we're getting one every year until the year, what year are we in, 2020?
Yes, and we don't need to say anything about it except that I can't imagine it will be anything less than fantastic.
I couldn't agree more. All right, on my list, I'm going to go a little more independent, artsy-fartsy
No
with
surprise there.
I'm going with number one on my list is Silence, and the reason I'm so excited for this movie is two words: Martin Scorsese. Arguably the greatest living filmmaker. I mean, up there with Steven Spielberg.
Up there.
Anyway.
Up there. In the
Close.
top 20.
And Silence features Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield as two priests in 17th century Japan. And they're out to find their mentor, and they, along the way, come across a lot of opposition, violence, persecution. There's been no trailer. We know very little about this movie. All I know is it's going to be awesome.
Scorsese hasn't done anything for a while, so
Great
this will be
track record. I
interesting,
totally agree. Another one, I'm sure you're excited about this, a little movie called La La Land, which is
a musical.
Yes, and it looks absolutely magical, fantastic, from the director of Whiplash, Damien Chazelle. It stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
I'm having a bromance with.
Oh, they're more beautiful people. A lot of movies with beautiful people. And it's about two dreamers trying to make it big in the City of Angels, and it looks absolutely beautiful.
Outstanding.
And there's so many great movies coming out. Manchester by the Sea, so too many to pick from, but I'm going to go with Moana just because
really?
I'm pretty excited for this movie. I think Disney is going to have another Frozen on their hands.
Really?
I think this movie is going to be a huge hit. It's got the voice of The Rock in it with music from the creator of Hamilton. So it's on everybody's radar. I think it's going to be a big movie.
Miranda.
Yes, I think it looks fantastic. So I'm very excited.
Well, look, that's 6 films, and there's probably 2 or 3 more that we're not even sure about that are going to be great. So this could be the best holiday season for a while.
It's going to be great.
We're excited.
And really quickly, in local news, we want to remind everybody about the Silver Screens Classic Series with Megaplex. And Monday night, they're showing North by Northwest, which just so happens to be my all-time favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie. And then we also want to remind folks that in Cedar City right now is the Red Rock Film Festival, and it ends Saturday night. So if you're looking for something a little outside the box, go check out a movie.
Great. There you go. Another exciting and jam-packed episode of Film Fanatics. I'm Bruce Bennett with madaboutmovies.org.
And I'm Adam Ast with Cinemast.net.
And we're Film Fanatics.
Are you? Yeah, man, some great movies.
Thank you, Megaplex, by the way. Thank you.
Hells yeah. Oh, man, isn't Sheldon dreamy standing there behind the camera?
He's no Ryan Gosling, but...